Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we'll be reviewing the Akko MOD007HE. So this is the Year of the Dragon edition, as you can see, with all these uh, dragon and Chinese inspired design, and the details here are absolutely amazing. You can see the printing all over the chassis of the keyboard. What comes with the box is the cables here. It's a colt cable. It's nothing too special, and it's just rubberized and not braided at all. You can take a look. However, it's still a good quality one. You can feel it on the ends of the cables itself. I'll put it on my desk. You do get a switch puller, a very good quality metal switch puller right here. Better than what most companies provide, which is always good to see. And here's a keycap puller. Yeah. What's something different about this keyboard as well is that they provide you with a plate. So this is the stiffer plate. The one that I'm using is the FR4 plate, and this is the brass plate that they provide. And lastly but not least, Akko provides you with extra novelty keycaps over here. You can take a closer look. It has a very cool design all around, and I think it suits the theme very well, especially for a rapid trigger keyboard. We'll go ahead and talk about the features. So this is the more expensive Akko Hall Effect keyboard. You'll probably ask why, and it's because of the housing of this keyboard. It's fully aluminum all around, and it's very, very heavy. Like, you could probably hit someone with this and put them in a hospital. You get gold accents spanning around the board right here. Very, very majestic. And you get your Type-C port right here, and on the bottom of the housing you got some weight plates with some lettering on top of it. I do not know Mandarin. I'm not even sure whether it's Mandarin or not, but it does have a cool design at the back of this keyboard. Here are a close-up of the keyboard feet. There's just a standard feet here, and it's not too bouncy. It's sort of stiff. The retail is about 180 USD for this keyboard, which is understandable because it's fully metal. It's a full metal build here. So this keyboard features a 8000 Hertz polling rate. However, I don't think 8000 Hertz is that important or significant, and it definitely shouldn't be your main priority when you're looking forward to buying a gaming keyboard. Normally 1000 Hertz is sufficient enough, and anything above, I would say 4000 is already too overkill, and more or less it will just degrade the performance of your computer. You do get a signed Chinese dragon theme on your cherry profile dice up keycaps, and there's a 3-tone anodized aluminum case, which is one layer is the black one, then is the green one, then it's the like orange slash brownish accents here. So that's 3 layers. You can customize your actuation distance between 0.1 millimeter to 4.0 millimeter. So you get a wide range. Some keyboards offer until only 3 millimeters, but that's also fine. It's totally up to your preference. And the rapid trigger starts from 0.1 millimeter to 2.5 millimeter. You get dynamic keystrokes, gamepad mode, snap tap or snap key, which is SOCD if it's something you're more familiar with, and mod tap, toggle keys, and bottom dead zone settings. We'll get into all of it in the next segment of the video. And for the switch here, which I'll open up the keyboard for you guys, it's running a Akko cream yellow magnetic switch, so it's a linear, which almost all the, if not all, the magnetic switch options are. So yeah, so this is a Akko cream yellow magnetic switch, and here's the switches. You do get some foam here, so it's more dampening. These sound slightly better than the Wu-Tang, if it's something you're looking for, which is a good sounding magnetic switch. There's not much option, so it has a bottom out force of 50 plus minus 10 gram force, and I feel like it's a bit scratchy for me when I'm playing my games. It doesn't feel as smooth compared to the Wu-Tang. However, it is just like minor inconveniences, but it's something that I noticed. And you get a knob here, which you can program anything yourself. I just run it on my volume and the keyboard brightness. You get your PBT die sub keycaps, aluminum oxidized top case, your switches, and then your plates, which is your FR4 plate or your brass plate, up to you. And then we get some Poron foam. You also get a IXPE switch pad, a PCBA, and on the bottom you get a Poron case foam. In terms of the back height, this is about 3.2 centimeters. And this keyboard is a 75% keyboard, so you still get your arrow keys and your function keys. However, on the right side here, you don't have as much options compared to a TKL, which is fine with me. I don't normally use the right side of a full-size keyboard because I'm just mainly gaming on my PC. So for me, it's a perfect size, especially with your functions keys still available. If you want to surrender a game of Valorant, you'll be able to do it faster by just pressing F5. Alright, that's about it. We'll go to the next segment of the video. Alright, so this is the software for the Akko MOD007v3. It's a standard software, nothing too special again. In terms of software, so far that I've experienced, Wu-Tang is the one to beat, still the top dog. Right off the gate, you'll be greeted with your main page, which is this. You'll be able to remap all your keys. This is the custom actuation, which is what you'll be looking for mainly when you're looking for a rapid trigger keyboard. Then you have your dynamic keystroke, your mod tap, and your toggle key. You can just take a look at it. I normally don't run anything here. Yeah, so this is the roar setting. So this is something like the tachyon mode in a Wu-Tang. It makes your response time processed a bit faster. However, it comes with the cost of you not being able to have your RGB on or your LED lights on, because I assume it would distract the keyboard from its main priority in roar mode, which is to have a faster response time. Normally I just run it on off. You can select your keys, for example, here, and you can switch it on. If you switch it on, your LED goes off. So I just like the aesthetics a bit more. Either way, I'm not a professional player, so I don't think it's important or significant for me. Um, Same thing goes with the Wu-Tang in their tachyon mode. You can't do your normal LED settings unless it's on a fixed color or a fixed template. And your brightness is also going to be limited on tachyon mode in the Wu-Tang. However, in the Akko, everything just turns off. And then we got gamepad mapping, so that you can change between a joystick for racing games, for example. You got your gamepad curve here and advanced settings, which I'm not too sure what it does. It's probably for people who needs it, and it's very niche. Then you got others, which is to retrieve your settings, which is nothing too significant. And we'll just go back to the custom actuation page, because this is what mainly people would look for. You can drag your keys here, for example, like that, or you can frame them like this, just like the Wu-Tang. However, the first time I downloaded this software, you didn't have the drag and frame key option. You had to pick individually, and if it does happen to you, just remember that you could update your firmware. I updated it and it instantly gave me a better experience. Alright, so I normally run everything on 1mm, which is because I'm used to it already, and my previous keyboard before all these rapid trigger trend went up was an optical switch which went to 1mm, so I'm already used to it. However, you can drop it over here if you want, however you want as well. It's a magnetic keyboard after all. And then on my WASD with my shift and control is on 0.1. I like to have my movement keys very responsive, especially in games. I put the up on 4mm and I put the press on 0.1mm. You get different presets here. However, you have the ability to customize your own keyboard, so why not just customize it yourself. And then you have your shift key here. My shift key here is running on non-stop rapid trigger, and I set the press distance to trigger the key on 2.5mm. Same goes with the set release on 2.5. On my Windows key here, it's on 3.5mm and up on 4.0mm, because I don't want to be playing around with the Windows button when I'm in a game. And then you have your calibration. You just press every single key one by one. Mind you that it's best if you can do it as gently as possible and try to be patient while doing this. And then you click confirm. Okay, now that's done, we'll move on to the FN settings. Here you can set all of your FN keys, where you want them to go. For example, I have my Spotify, or my skip track and previous track and play pause on the F6, F7, F8 keys here. Here we have your macros if you're interested in this. However, I just like to keep mine empty. Then you got your presets. You can have different modes. You can look through them here. And then something similar to a lot of these keyboard brands, that they have 4 modes or 4 level of brightnesses, which is fine. It's adequate enough, I feel. Then you got your light layers here and gallery. And then you can also download some other users presets. You got different people's design here. You can also find different people's setting, if I'm not mistaken. You can find what they're using, whether it's something that you use too. And then you have your account, which I'll blur out my email. And then here is your update section where you can check to update everything, and you want to update it as much as possible. That's about it for the software, and we'll move on to the next segment of the video.
Three gone. One less.
Alright, so what do I think about the Akko MOD007HE? I think overall, I really love this board, especially due to its aesthetic design. I think the greens and the blues matches really well, which is weird because they are contrasting colors. Overall, the build quality is very good, very solid, and I would love to see more magnetic switch keyboards being like this, you know, having a bit of character into them, not just some plain Jane keyboard that we've seen over the years. However, I think they could work on their switches. I think it's a bit too scratchy for me, or maybe just provide some smoother switches than this with similar actuation gram forces. I think that would be fine too. And also, they could definitely work on their software, improve the smoothness of the software is also one thing they could implement in their product. However, other than those two quote-unquote issues that I've mentioned, I think overall it's a solid board. It's definitely not a bargain. $180 is a big ask. However, if you're looking for a great experience or something to put on your desk that's a bit decorative, I think this is a very good option. So, should you buy it? I think if you do have the means to purchase it and you want a aesthetic looking setup, you should. So if you're not looking for an aesthetic keyboard, or this aesthetic doesn't suit your setup either way, as well as if performance is something that you think pretty high of, and it's something that's really, really important to you, I think you're better off looking for another keyboard, especially since the Wu-Tang is around the same price as the Akko MOD007 Year of the Dragon Edition. Well, that's it from me. That wraps up my video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit of a long one. However, I'm trying to give you guys as much as detail as I can so that you can make the correct purchase decision. And also to note that I am not sponsored and Akko did not send this to me. I purposely bought this keyboard by myself with my own money. So you'll know that it's an honest review from me.